Okay, hello, my name is William, and today I'm going to read another part of the Bible. Today I'm going to read Leviticus Chapter 11, okay? And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and say unto them, and speak of the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which shall eat among the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever put to the hoof, and clever-footed in, to the come on the beasts they shall ye eat. Nevertheless, ye shall ye not eat of them, and chew the crud. Let them divide the hoof. And as the camel, because the cheweth, and the cud, it does divide the hoof, and is unclean to you. And the coney, because the cheweth of the cud, but divided not unto the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the hair of the, because of the cheweth of the cud, he divide not the hoof, it is unclean to you. And the swine of the, he divide the roof, and he clever-footed, and he chewed not the cud, and he is unclean to you. For the flesh you shall not eat, and it is caused you not to touch, they are unclean to you. These shall ye eat, and are the waters whatsoever finds in the scales of the water, and seas in the rivers ye shall eat. And ye have not fins and scales in the seas, in the rivers, and all the move of the waters, and any living thing that which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. And ye shall not eat of their flesh, and ye shall have their carcasses an abomination. Whatsoever had no fins or no scales in the water, that shall be an abomination unto you. These are the which, and it shall be an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten, and they are abomination: the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey. And the vulture, and the kite after his kind. And the raven after his kind. And the owl, and the night hawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind. And the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swing, and the pelican, and the great eagle. And the stork, and heron after her kind, and the lampic, and the bat, and the fowls that creep all the fort, and it shall be abomination unto you. These they may eat, every flying creeping thing, and goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, and leapeth all upon the earth. Even these they may eat, and the locust after their kind, and the locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind, and other flying creeping things which have 4 feet, it shall be abomination unto you. And these shall be unclean, whatsoever toucheth the carcass of them, they shall be unclean until the even. And whatsoever beareth the ought of the carcass, and shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. The carcass of every beast, the divided of the hoof, and his not clever-footed, and nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Every one of the touchets shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of the beasts, and going all 4, these are the unclean unto you. Whatso toucheth their carcass, it shall be unclean until the even. And ye bear it on the carcass of them, that shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even, and they are unclean unto you. These shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creepeth upon the earth, the weasel, the mouse, and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret, and the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail, and the mole. These are unclean to you among the creep, whosoever doeth them, they all be dead, and shall be unclean until the even. And upon whatsoever any of them they are dead, doeth fall, and it shall be unclean. Whatsoever any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel be, wherein any work is done, must be put into water, and shall be unclean until the even, and so it be cleansed. And any earthen vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever word it shall be unclean, and it shall you break it. And all meat which be eaten, and that on which such water cometh, it shall be unclean, and all drink that may shall be drunk, and every such vessel shall be unclean. And everything whereupon any part of the carcass falleth shall be unclean, and where the oven and ranges 4 pots, they shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and shall be unclean unto you. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit, wherein the plenty of water shall be clean, and that where that toucheth the carcass shall be unclean. And any part of the carcass fall upon the sowing seed, which shall be sown in it, and it shall be clean. But if any water they put upon the seed, or carcass will fall therein, it shall be unclean unto you. If any beast that shall be may eat die, and then that he touches in the carcass thereof, then he shall be unclean until the even. And he eaten of the carcass, and shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even, and bury the carcass of, he shall wash his clothes until the unclean until the even. And every creepy thing that creepeth, and the earth shall be an abomination, and shall be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all 4, whatsoever hath more feet among all the creeping things, and creep upon the earth, they shall not eat, and for all the things in abomination. Okay, that's the ending of Exodus. Of Leviticus, okay, sorry, that's the ending of Leviticus chapter 11. Next video, I'll read Leviticus chapter 12. Okay. Okay, well, I have to go right now, but thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this later. Bye.